Today, we're going to study history and mechanics. Now, this is called a pulley. You use it to lift heavy weights.
Fascinating. This episode begins with Miss Hackney teaching class when...
I feel a little faint.
I think it's all that standing upright that's doing it.
Oh, I may have a touch of fever. I really don't think I should teach today.
So, we should all just go home, huh?
Sweet.
Oh, no. I always record my lessons just in case something like this happens.
Wait, what? She has a tape player with a lesson on it? Wait, Miss Hackney, where are you going? You can't just leave in the middle of class. I think this is suffering from weak scriptitis. Watch you don't walk through the door there. Well, anyway, she asked Starlight to teach the class, which is pretty much playing the tape.
Melody, if you wanted to lift a 100-pound sack of flour 4 feet in the air, how would you use a pulley to do it?
I don't even understand the question. Heh, they're smaller than the desk. Anyway, it's time for a song about lessons.
Give your thoughts to study for a spell. Someday it may come to pass. You'll use the things you learned in class. So learn your lessons well.
Yeah, sticking at school, kids, and one day you too can work for minimum wage. Actually, of all the things I could point out about the animation during this song, like the rarity looking pony at the start or the fact that the mouth movements rarely follow what they're saying, I find it interesting that it's Clover and Bonbon sword fighting at the end. Well, Starlight decides to tell Miss Hackney. Anyway, instead she goes to the toilets to have a talk with herself.
I don't want everyone to hate me, but Miss Hackney trusted me to help her out. Everyone can have fun and still learn their lessons.
Starlight has a great idea to teach the class in her own way, by taking them on a field trip. Or at least that's what she's calling it.
The very first pony settlers lived in what they now call Pinto Cave.
Named as such because if you run up the back of it, it explodes. The gang then go to explore the caves.
Pinto Cave is now off limits to little ponies because no pony in modern times has ever fully explored it.
Patch, come back here! Look, over there. Maybe it's some old pony treasure.
The booty has been pillaged. The ponies find some bits and pieces lying around and decide to take them back to Miss Hackney, despite the obvious. But before that, there's a more immediate problem.
You have to be very careful. There's minimal traction.
The bad news is we can't get out of here.
Don't worry, just use your mobile phone to call for help. No one had mobile phones in the 90s. Well, the ponies decide to consult the tape player.
Our pony ancestors were very clever and learned how to use the things around them as tools for such things as finding food and to lift heavy objects.
Of course. With this wagon hitch and that wheel, we can make a pulley.
Who are these pony settlers? Are they meant to be the G1 characters, or maybe the Wendigos from that episode of Friendship is Magic? Well, they start to make the pulley, until disaster strikes. They take the badges out of the tape player to get the torch back on. Then they put the pulley together and get it up so they can lift each other out, until the only one left is Ace. Wait, how is he meant to get out?
Hey, no sweat! I'm the best athlete in school, remember? Show off!
The gang get back to school just in time for Miss Hackney returning to class. And she doesn't find out what they did.
Starlight, this is for you for being the substitute teacher.
Oh, well, thank you.
This episode has alleviated a concern that I had. You see, this is episode 16 out of a 26 episode series, and this is the first Starlight focused episode, whereas Sweetheart and Patch have already had 3 episodes. In fact, from what I've read, Sweetheart has yet more episodes dedicated to her. So I was concerned that some of the characters wouldn't get their time in the spotlight. Granted, with 7 characters the ratio is going to be a bit skewed, but at least they have all had at least 1 episode. But what about the episode itself? I think it was Nostalgia Chick that said, it's easier to review something bad than something good. Well, that's definitely true in this case, because I had originally intended to make this video last week, but I couldn't think of anything intelligent to say, so I reviewed Newborn Cuties. And that script pretty much wrote itself. Aside from Miss Hackney abandoning her job in the middle of class, which in real life would mean it would more than likely no longer be her job, this is actually a decent episode. That said, I do fear that kids these days who have grown up in a world of mobile phones and easy to access internet would be slightly disconnected from this episode. Heck, I'm old enough to remember being shown a computer in school because we might need to use one in the future. And often when my gran tells me a story involving looking for a phone box, I think, why not use a mobile phone? And given how much modern tech there is in the Tales series, I could see kids thinking, why not use a mobile phone in the cave scene?